Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, today I am doing a my impression, I guess you would say, on I guess you would call her a celebrity already, because she is already on American Idol and I know she is probably gonna win. I hope she wins. I hope she wins. Her name is La'Porsha, and this week she did a song called Glory, and I believe she did the Adele song also. But the eye look that she had on was just so gorgeous. It was just this nice brown and golden smoky eye with the lower lash line blown out. Like they smoked that lash out. So I was like, ooh, I need to try that because that was just doing something for me. So my friend let me use her palette that she just got. And she got the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. Well, she actually got it quite a few months ago, I believe. I don't know. I think it was for her birthday. But she hasn't really used it. So I was like, I'll try it. I mean, I didn't mind. I don't mind using other people's makeup. I'm just like, so I used this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And in the video, I go ahead and I name them all. So if you guys are interested, please stay tuned. And remember to like, comment, subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys do see American Idol, please vote for La'Porsha because I do hope that she wins. Child, every time she sings, she gives me goosebumps. I'm just all up in it. And if she doesn't win, I'm sure she'll do really, really well. But I hope you guys stay tuned to the video. And I hope you guys hit that like button. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey guys, alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get started by prepping my eye, and I'm just using some MAC's Studio Finish Concealer and the color NC35, just one that's a little lighter than me, and I'm going to use this to go ahead and use as an eyeshadow primer. Because I am putting some nice rich pigments on my lid, I want to make sure that they show true to their color. And if you haven't noticed, I am using the Urban Decay's Gwen Stefani palette today. And I borrowed this from a friend. I wanted to try it out before I bought it because I wasn't sure because it's very neutral colors. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it. Looks like this. I mean, they're picking up a little light or a little pinkish on camera, but I'll definitely show you guys a few when I zoom out. And they're quite a neutral palette, and for me, I would rather go with something a little bit more extreme and then do like Makeup Geek for my eyeshadows as far as neutral colors go. But I also am still waiting for my Manny MUA palette to come, so I am super excited about that. So I'm just using a Morphe M335 foundation brush, or a little kabuki brush, just to pack on that color, or that concealer I should say. Now I was definitely inspired by, I don't know if you guys are watching American Idol this season, but I know it's the last season, and there is a contestant on there. Her name is La'Porsha, and she is just this amazing singer, and every time she sings I always get goosebumps and chills, and I'm always thinking, man, they are really styling her really, really well. Like the stylist that they chose for her, or I don't even know how they do it, if they pick out their own clothes or not. But her makeup artist this week came out with this look, and I was like, I wanted to do it so bad. It's like a brown smoky eye with like a golden color on the inside. So I was like, wow, it's really, really cute, and it really fit her face. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and have to try that out. All right, so once all that color is in, I am gonna go ahead and set all that with the color. The first color is gonna be called Stark. It looks just like this one. I'm gonna try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. It's picking up really, really light. On the camera, I'm gonna try to zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. Like, hopefully it shows a little better. It doesn't. But it's actually a really, really cute, like, I would say brownish, pinkish color. I can swatch it a little bit here for you. Very pale. Looks just like that, and I'm just gonna use it to set my foundation or my little concealer. And again, it's called Stark. And I'm gonna go all the way to the brow bone on this color. And I'm going to set the entire eyelid. I don't want that concealer to crease up on us. Now I'm going to go in with an Morphe M505 or Morphe M505 brush. And I'm going to pick up the second color, and it's called Anthem. And it's right here. It's like a little brownish color, a light mauve brown color. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that. Maybe you guys can see a little better on this guy. Maybe not. But whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that color, and it's called Anthem. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use this as my transition color. I am gonna be doing a lot of blending today. So I'm gonna put this right into my crease, slightly above it, just because we wanna start showing that blended look. And again, if you guys need help with a smoky eye, and this is basically the same concept as a smoky eye, go check out my last video, or one of my last videos. I did smoky eye for dummies. And if you guys like that, please let me know. I can go ahead and do another one. I think the next one I'm gonna do is like a wing liner, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the brush at all. I am going to go ahead and just start carving out my crease. Working it slightly above my crease because we are going to be putting a lot more other shades on here. And the last thing we want to do is to hide all the work that we do. Picking up a little bit more product. And because I have more of a hooded eye, I like to bring my my crease a little higher than where it actually is, just to create a better crease here. There you go. And just with a clean little fluffy brush here, I am going to use the M332 brush. I'm going to go ahead and start blending out those edges. And then I'm going to go back in with that M505 brush. And the next color I'm going to pick up is the color Zone, and it's just a nice little rich brown color, and I'm going to use this as my second transition color into the dark, or into a darker color here. So I'm going to do basically the exact same thing, just a little bit lower than the one that we just did. And I'm going to bring this on the outer 1/3 of the lid here, because we are going to be putting a nice golden color on the front, but I want the back of the eye to stay smoky and to stay brown. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some of that right on the outer 1/3 of my eye. And I'm using the side of the brush to sort of pack the color on and then blend all the other color into the crease. Just like that. And then I'm going to go back in with that fluffy little brush, and I'm going to make sure all the edges are nice and blended into each other. Last thing we need is something that does not look blended, because then we will look crazy. Now back in with that M505 brush, and I'm going to go ahead to take the color Punk. It's like a reddish brown, really deep brown color. I would show you, but the camera's not really showing their true color, so just go buy the palette. It's really a cute luxury nudish palette, if you're a person who likes to do a really simple eye, then this palette would be awesome for you. And they do throw their little sparks of color, like they have this blue and this reddish metallic-y color, so it does have its little sparses of color. Now with this next color, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this just on the outer third of my eye, just like on that V in the back side. Then without picking up any more product, I'm gonna bring whatever's left down into the crease area, but on the top of my crease. Watching out for that lid, because we don't want to put any color on that. Perfect. And then the very last shade that we use up here as far as the browns go, I'm going to use an M139 brush, and it's just a nice little tapered condensed crease brush, and I'm gonna go in with the black pigment that they have, and it's called Blackout. And very, very little. I'm only going in with a little bit of it. I'm gonna go ahead and create a bit of a wing here. And this is just gonna help us later when we're actually doing our wing, just so that we can have a nice little blend going on. And I am not gonna pick up any more product. I am just gonna go ahead and blend that in to our little outer V here. Just to create nice dimension in there. Okay, so with a Morphe M209 brush, and it's a nice little packing brush like this, I'm gonna go in with this golden color that they have in here, and it's called 1987, a year after I was born. And I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up that color. I'm gonna pick up a nice large amount of it, and I'm just gonna start packing this on the center of the lid here. So hopefully you guys can see. I'm just gonna pack this on, and I have not sprayed any Fix Plus on this. I will be doing some Fix Plus spray on it, but I will show you guys that in a second. I didn't want it to be so bright at the beginning of me putting it, so that's why I'm gonna do like one layer of this. And then once that's on, I'm gonna take this this brush that I got from my Ipsy subscription. I think it says Bean Chic Paris. And it's a concealer brush. It looks just like this. And I am gonna spray this with some Fix Plus because I do want to make sure that that color is really, really bright on the inner ring, or the inner 1/3 of the eye, I should say. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I will just pack it right into that area. And you can already tell it already makes the color super bright, like really, really bright. And then what I'll do is I'll just push it right against the lash line. Because I want it to sort of be bright and then sort of fade up, I'm just using it on basically the inner 2/3 of the eye. Just like that. All right, there. Perfect. Then I'm gonna go back in with that M505 brush from Morphe. I'm picking up the color Punk, which is that nice dark brown color. And right here where the gold meets the darker area, I want the top color to show more, which is the brown. That's basically the base color that we put, but I want like little sparks of gold underneath to show through. So I'm just basically putting a little bit more of that color right on top of that, basically. And we're just gonna blend that inwards. Just like that. Now, the last thing I wanna do is I want to go ahead and get a nice little fluffy brush, and this one is a M332 brush, and I wanna go ahead with that Anthem color. Basically the second shade we put. And I really want to bring this inwards towards the center of my eye. I want to make sure that that golden is just not just sitting wherever it wants. It needs to blend in nicely. So I'm just pushing that right against my crease, and what it does is just cleans everything up, and it just basically levels the gold out. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my concealer and basically the rest of my face, and then we'll come back to finish up the wing and the lower lash line. Alright guys, so we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my lower lash line. Now one thing about this look that I loved is that the makeup artist went ham on this lower lash line. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with that color Zone from the same palette, basically the same colors we used on the top. And I'm going in with an M139 brush. And I'm gonna go right along that lower lash line. Sorry if I'm not in frame. One thing I did notice in the video, or in the show, they blocked this part out. So as you can see, I already put the gold there. So I'm going to try to block it out as much as I can, but we will see. Now with a Morphe M212 brush, which is a little small detailed brush like this, I'm going to go in with that color Punked. And I'm basically going to put this real close to the lash line. Can you see it? Don't worry about too much about blending it out yet. We will blend it. I love, this is like my favorite color out of the whole entire palette. This color is just so gorgeous. And I'm liking the black. It's really, really black. And I'll show you guys that in a second. It's called Blackout. But the texture of it, it's so creamy. It's just, those two are my favorite colors out of the entire palette. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with that M139 brush from Morphe, and I'm just gonna go ahead and smoke that out. And by smoke, I just mean blend the little harsh edges. Perfect. Now I'm gonna go in with an M508 brush, which is this little condensed, tiny, tiny, tiny little packing brush, I guess you would say, but it's more like a smudger. I'm gonna go in with that color, that black shade, and it's called Blackout. Like even touching it, it just feels so silky. I hope you guys can see this part. I am gonna go really close to the lash line, and I'm just gonna basically draw out a straight line, and then we're gonna blend that in a second. I'm not putting it in my waterline. I'm simply putting it where the waterline meets the eyelashes. I'm sure you can do this with a pencil, but I just like this black. It's so creamy and it blends out great. And it's just so pigmented for a black eyeshadow. I'm like, damn. We're gonna bring this all the way up to the inner corner because on the show, they really, really went in on this lower lash line. Like it is so smoky. She just killed me. All right, so once that's in, I'm going back in with that small detailed brush, and I'm gonna pick up some of that color Zone, and I'm just gonna blend that brown in, or blend that black. Oh, I'm out of frame. I'm blending that with the other colors. And I'm again picking up just that same color Zone. Look at that highlight though, on that nose. Okay. Then I'm gonna go back in with my little M139, and I'm just gonna buff all of that together. And that's it. I'm gonna go in and put some eyeliner on. Now this I am putting in my waterline. Perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out so you guys can see the final look. I hope you guys like this look. It was inspired by La'Porsha from American Idol. They smoked the hell out of that lower lash line, and I was like, oh, I gotta try that look. So I definitely hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you guys liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I hope you guys enjoy.
When the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against us, our glorious destiny.